When I woke up I was a little disoriented. I looked around and saw that I was in Angela's room. As everything came back to me I felt an emptiness in me. I lay in the comfy bed for several minutes before I decided I wanted to get out. My goodnight was wet, and was quite swollen. I could see that I peed a lot, even the bum seemed mushy. I looked and noticed that the back of my shorts were wet, the goodnight must have leaked. I didn't want to go downstairs in wet shorts, so I went down the hall and saw my bags at the door of the bedroom at the end of the hall. I went and looked into the bedroom. Yippee, I got the bedroom that was attached to the front balcony. On top of my stuff was half the pack of goodnights, but that's it. I guess the rest and the powder and wipes are in the downstairs bathroom. I grabbed the goodnight and went to a door on the left side of the hall, the bathroom. I went in and took the wet goodnight off, putting it into the small waste basket by the toilet. I looked in a cupboard and found a pile of towels and clothes. I grabbed a cloth, wet it and wiped myself. After the dry goodnight was on I took my wet shorts and the cloth and put them in the hamper that was in Angela's room. I went to my bag of clothes and grabbed the big white shirt of my dad's, and after taking off the small one I was wearing I put the large one on. I walked downstairs to find that Angela wasn't in the living room. I looked in the kitchen and she wasn't there either. I started to get scared. Did she leave me here all alone in an unfamiliar house? Angela? Angela? I called louder, starting to cry. Lacey, you're up, what's wrong? She asked, like she didn't know. You weren't inside, I couldn't find you, I got scared. Oh, there is nothing to be afraid of, me, Adam, and a couple of our friends are outside. Your dinner is on a plate outside, come on and eat. She picked me up like she did when she was bringing me up to bed, and brought me outside. I lay my head on her shoulder and hoped that the tears that were in my eyes from before would dry up before anyone noticed. When Angela went outside I all of a sudden became very self-conscious, aware that I was only wearing a large shirt with a goodnight underneath. You couldn't see the goodnight but it felt like everyone out there could. When she went to put me down I held onto her neck so I wouldn't drop. I didn't want to go out there. I want to sit with you, I whispered into her ear. She didn't say anything but kept holding me. When she sat down I kept my legs around her waist. Now I was sitting on her lap with my head still in her neck and my back to the table. Teresa, Bill, this is Lacey. Hi Lacey, they both said together. I found out later that they were a married couple. Bill was Adam's business partner and Angela and Teresa were best friends. Hi, I said softly, lifting my face so they could hear me. Here's your food, sweetie, Angela told me, while Teresa passed her my place, which was at an empty seat on the other side of the table. I'm not that hungry, I said, looking at her. Will you please at least eat your burger? It doesn't have to be on a bun. Fine, I said, not wanting to argue. I put the burger on a bun anyways. It would be gross without it. I ate it in about 5 minutes, still facing Angela. She told me if I was thirsty I could go inside and grab a Coke, so I got off her and went to the fridge. When I came back I went right back to her and sat on her lap again, but this time I wasn't facing her and I was sitting on her knee. I listened to the adults talk and gulped down the pop. I went pee in my goodnight. Angela must have felt it getting mushy because she rubbed my back and when I turned around she gave me a smile. Oh well, I didn't want to waste my time going to the bathroom, when there was a bathroom attached to my butt. After a little while longer I was getting restless.